to the Melbourne Cup at fabulous Flemington and the end of a century of magic moments. It has become more than the race that stops the nation. It stops our hearts as well. From the adrenaline rush through our veins as the gates fly open, to the thunder of the home straight and the twinkle in our eyes as history is made before.
Dug deep and found the stuff the champions are made of.
It's a sense of pride, of being there. It's a breathtaking 3-minute ride of emotions that will end in either agony or ecstasy, but will always be worth the price of the journey.
Might and Power, the leader. Doremus is coming at him. Doremus after Might and Power. Might and Power and Doremus, they hit it.
From modern-day marvels to a bolt of lightning that became a national hero, the quest for the Golden Chalice begins today. Welcome to Derby Day, the greatest day of racing on the Australian turf county. A day when the champions of the future take their first steps towards immortality. And the dreams of racing zillies will be unfolded for all to see.
Arena hit the lead in the Derby. It's drawn away from Lawyer. Sky Heights and Arena's coming away. Arena wins the Derby by 2.5 lengths.
The excitement, the colour, the passion. From the marquees to the mounting yard, this is Australian racing at its finest. Welcome to the 1999 Melbourne Cup Carnival, live and exclusive to Network 10.
And the big one is underway. As they come down the straight the first time. They're going up on the outside of. Got 2,000 metres left to travel.
For over 137 years, it has captured the heart and soul of all Australians. It's the biggest, most prestigious event in our sporting calendar. Yet, it's beyond sport. It's a tradition steeped in our blood, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Only one network can bring you all the emotion of history in the making. The 1999 Melbourne Cup Day, live and exclusive, starts 10 a.m. Tuesday on 10.
Yeah, well, funny enough, as Omnicore was racing as a 2-year-old, I seen him one day at Warwick Farm, and I said to Bart, back in them days, I said, gee, you make a nice Derby horse, that Bart. Well, he come to Melbourne and I didn't ride him, Johnny Marshall rode him, and he had Bozam, I think, in the Derby that year, and I got on him and won the Derby, so...
You know, it's a great thrill to be coming back ahead of the field, and, you know, sort of waved me whip around, the crowd was roaring, and Arena said, no, I'm going back the other way and let me stand in the mid-ear. So it was, I suppose, took a bit of the glamour off it, but it didn't hurt any of my pride.
Yeah, I always thought it was a match race, which it turned out to be. I had a lovely run. Mr. Smith told me to go forward, stick him outside the leader and dominate the race, and that's what happened. He was just too good on the day. The other horse got into a little bit of trouble, but I still say if he'd got out and come at me at the furlong, I reckon I would have held him.
Some Derby memories of days gone by there with the Cassidy brothers and Shane Dye, and they'll be out there doing battle with the best from around Australia and indeed around the world here at Flemington on Amy Victoria Derby Day. Well, time to take a look at the first race on the program, the William Inglis Carbine Club Stakes. It's over 1,600 metres, a Group 3 event. Now, there was some confusion as to whether the top one over, number 1, is a scratching, but over is in. I can tell you that. So there's one scratching in the first, and that is number 15, My Grenadier. So we've got a field of 16 running in race 1 on the card. Generally, this race provides a pretty good galloper. Is it going to be the case this year?
Peter, I think there's actually 3 good gallopers in this race. I think you could probably back any one of them, but I've put them this way. I've gone for number 5, Tarumba. This horse was most impressive at Caulfield. I thought it was a terrific effort there over the 1,400, stepping up to the 1,600, and I do think that he's a very, very good horse. And for second, I've put in Chattanooga. He'll get back, but he'll run on strongly. And Oval Office for third.
Oval Office for you, Rich?
I like Oval Office. I thought he's running the Caulfield Guineas at his last start, where he came from near last. No other horse made ground in the race. It was good enough for me.
Let's compromise.
Yes, second run this way going, Pete, and I think he'll improve a lot.
Well, I've gone for Chattanooga. I thought his run at Caulfield was outstanding when he came from the back of the field, but look at that. There's a very good indicator of just how open this race is. We've come up with 5 different selections there in the first race on the program. Race 2, the Shivers Regal. It's due to commence at 12:05. That's Eastern time. 1,200 metres is the journey. The scratching is number 6, Harley. We've only got a small field of 8 to run here, but I'm looking forward to seeing this horse again, Falvalon. Rich, he's never been beaten.
Falvalon, fabulous horse. He really is good. He's had no losses. He's defeated everything they've set him against. He started off in Queensland, Pete, and he's worked his way south, and last start at Caulfield, he cleaned up a pretty good field. So I think his form's good enough for me. I can see him going on his winning way.
Well, I don't think we can find anything to beat him, can we?
No, he is a fabulous horse.
Let's see.
He rates number 1.
Yeah, he's far too good for these, I think. He'll be pretty short, but might be a good one to start off your day. Maybe take a few in the first race in running doubles, or take a few in the third race in running doubles as well.
Only one risk. He's never been up the straight 1,200 metre course, and some horses, regardless of their form, just don't go up that course. So we'll just have to wait and see.
We'll know shortly after noon, and then a little bit further afternoon, we'll find out what's going to happen in the Saab Quality as some of the Melbourne Cup hopefuls go through their final rehearsal. And we're going to have a look at the Geelong Cup, Johnny Letts, and particularly the run of Brew, which was a very good performance. To identify him, there he is in the red cap with the light blue and the black sleeves, and didn't he make some ground at the end here?
He didn't have a lot of luck either, Pete, and he was ridden this day by Stephen Arnold. Today he drops 4 kilos, and Lance O'Sullivan. And the horse that won this race, actually, Behemoth, I'd give him a chance in the Melbourne Cup. But Brew, I thought, was a very good run. He's won over the distance, he's won on the track, and he's won on this type of ground. So he brings him into the race, doesn't it?
Yeah, he won't know himself with 51 kilos, but what about your selection? What have you come up with?
Well, actually, I did come up with Arcady. I thought his run in the Canberra Cup was a terrific run behind the bold front running horse that's won, I think, about 5 straight up north, and I do like Arcady.
Well, I think you like Arcady, don't you, Jen?
Yes, Arcady or Arcady. I call him Arcady, yeah. I agree.
Different states, different names.
Yes.
He's a lot fitter, and stepping up to the 2,500, I think it'll really suit him.
I think it will, Jen.
A few of us have gone for the Freedman horse, Rose of War.
Yeah, she's in good form. Her run in the Caulfield Cup was a very, very good run, and, I'd be surprised if she doesn't, go on with the job here, and I think she's well placed in this race.
Yeah, I think if you put any of those horses from the Caulfield Cup into this race, they'd start a very short price favourite. On to the Hardy Brothers Classic for the mares, race 4, 1,600 metres at 1:25. What do you think here, Jennifer?
Well, I thought Naswa had a very good chance here, Peter. Number 3, you go back to her last preparation, she won 3 there in a row, and just a good horse, back to mares class here, and it'll really suit her.
Rich, you've come up with Nicola Lash. She didn't have a lot of luck at Caulfield.
No, and she probably reserves her worst runs for Flemington, but I think she's in good form. She's been in good form for some time, Pete, and I'll stick with her.
Let's see, you agree with Jennifer and I with Noir Sear.
Yes, I do, Pete. I seen her win the Sedgwick Classic in Adelaide, and very impressive that day, and I think she can go on with it today.
And amongst the other tips there, Rainbow Bubbles and Rose of Dane, so quite a few chances in race number 4 on the card. Now, race 5, this is one of the big ones, and we've got to look forward to this one being appointed to the Oaks on Thursday. Here we go with the 1,000 guineas as we take a look at the Wakeful, Dan Glisser. Now, this performance, Rich, I thought she got on the wrong leg at this point, but I liked the way she kept on coming over the final stages.
She's got a lot of courage, Dan Glisser, and she was on her wrong leg. She just jumped onto the right leg there. She's back on her wrong leg there, and she's really running all over the track, but she keeps coming and she keeps fighting. She's a real fighter. A couple of other good runs in that race too, and I think you'll see the winner of this race come out of that field.
Yeah, Shazoo's in, I'm a Ripper is in, and there were a couple of very good runs. My Sienna was also a good run in that race. We're going to take a look at some vision from track work the other morning, which really struck me. This Smites' Rivalry, this grey filly, to be ridden by Glenn Dorrell for Joe Hall here at Flemington. Now, this is pretty good work. She's working with Shea Kingston. Johnny Letts, you've ridden horses in work many times. I like the way she ended her gallop here.
Pete, she's been very impressive in Adelaide. A couple of times she's had a fair bit of luck, but I mean, that's racing, isn't it? But she does know where the winning post is, this filly, and she really gets there tough. But that's good work, very good work.
Back in May, she did beat Diatribe in the size produce in South Australia, so it's good form.
Do you like Dan Glisser though, Jen?
Yeah, I'm sticking with her. I think she's got the class.
Rich?
I like My Sienna. I don't think any of her runs have been bad. I think the last time she raced at Flemington here was in the Manifold Stakes and ran very well, won easily. So I'm going to stick with her.
So there we go. There are the first 5 races. We're going to come back.